Warning, no entry without authorization. 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 Warning, no entry without authorization.
Okay, I get it. Shut up.
Warning, no entry without authorization. 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 Warning,
I thought I could speed
no
through
entry
before the gate
without
closed, but
authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without
okay, the screen shook,
authorization.
so that thing is definitely here now.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
I knew it. Oh. Oh, is he dead? Oh, well, he is, but yeah. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Ah, the wave beam. Now, I can just penetrate through the wall over there then.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
So I know he told me not to diddle daddle, but I really want to know what's
No
down there.
entry without authorization.
And also, I'm pretty sure
Warning, no entry without
that's what I have to do. So I'm gonna go do that since I can open the door now.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry
Try to
without
stop me.
authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning.
Is that just gonna keep going? Hey, X, can you like show up and destroy the security system so it shuts up?
Entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning.
Oh, that's not good. Are they making more Metroids? I mean, I shouldn't be surprised at this point. I really shouldn't be. They have oh, fuck. Are they breaking out? Maybe it's the X is breaking them out.
Fire alert. This sector will soon be locked down. 60 seconds to isolation lockdown.
Oh, shoot. Fucking come on. So I was kind of right. So X was here, but it looked like she was trying to destroy them. Oh, right, because she's an X parasite thing. Right, of course. So of course she would naturally not like Metroids. Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. Hell yeah, I did. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful application only, of course. Please understand. Perhaps you already knew of this program's existence? Certainly you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1. SRX, a faithful replica of the SR-388 ecosystem. Ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine creating an Omega from a larval Metroid in days. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy, and one of the SAX is on its way here. What? One of the... One? Are you saying there is more than one SAX? Don't be so surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduce by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than... What? 10? Stop only at a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Oh, she actually talked back, even though she didn't say much. But, there's more? Fucking hell. This is like an aliens thing. Like an alien isolation thing, where it's like, oh yeah, you're stuck with one alien, then there's more. The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. Fuck. There's more than one SAX? Though that's a twist I didn't see coming. Oh. Can I has? I can has. Cool. Now I have, I don't know, what, 13? Are there 10 in one row? I have no idea. I wonder what would have happened if I just went back, like he asked. I guess I could say the same thing about going into the Aqua Zone ahead of time and getting the additional stuff. Oh, it is 13? Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it was probably 10 in each row. Has it always been like that? I don't think so. I never actually counted in... Actually, I think in Super Metroid there's 14 energy tanks, so it's probably 7 in each row instead. I do not remember anything about... I don't remember Zero Mission. Cool. What's the thing down here? Oh, cool. I can get through here too. Which way do I want to go first? Which sector am I in now, actually? Sector 1. I keep accidentally laying... Okay, so, alright. I need screw attack in order to get through there. Oh boy. It's a lot more SAXs than I thought there would be. Oh, it was right at the wall. 13? I mean, how many? Not 13. He said like 10? Why are there 10? Oh, yeah. Speed? Is this speed? Oh no, it's not. What the hell are you? Oh, his back is exposed. Can you just... That's as bad as the karate ones from Super Metroid. Okay, cool. I was like, is there a save room? Please let there be a save room. I mean, there was just one like 2 screens ago, but I greatly prefer it this way. So which way we gotta go now? Yeah. Yeah. This looks like a dead end. Forgot to shoot through walls. I don't need to charge up anything. Is there something in here? No? There's definitely got to be something in here. Alright. Whatever you say, game. Shoot. With this little health, what do they want me to fight? Oh, come on. I'm not doing this. Are you serious? Let me go, Ridley. You've got to be kidding me. I had to fight him again. The most attempts it took me to beat Ridley was back in, I lost so much health fighting that golden space pirate. Yeah, the most attempts was Ridley in Super Metroid. I don't remember how many attempts it was though. I have it on stream. I just don't know how many. Fucking hell, no. Are these things the only way to farm life? Really? Wow, I guess so. Wow. They really aren't gonna give me any life back, huh? Yeah, I've definitely seen this type of Ridley before, this design of his. I was wondering why it looks so different. It's an X-Parasite mimicking him. Damn it. I did better. I'm just gonna shove missiles down his throat until he dies. That's my plan. Yeah, Zero Mission Ridley, it took me 1 attempt. In my Super Metroid replay, I beat Ridley in 1 try also. And then for... Oh yeah, at the end of Zero Mission, when you had to fight the robotic Ridley, the Meta Ridley, whatever it's called, that one took me, I think 2 attempts, maybe 3? Yeah, out of all of them, the Super Metroid Ridley took me the longest. Could check back a bit for easier heals. Maybe. Yeah, that's blocked by the screw attack, which I imagine I'll probably get the screw attack here. Yeah, I'll do that if when I die here. I was gonna say if I die here. When I die here, I'll double back and see if. It looked like the only reason the gold guy appeared was because I let too many of those X parasites alone, and so they all fused together into him. At least I think that's what happened. Yeesh. Much like Nightmare, he's also really massive, so it's like there's really nowhere on the screen to hide. Man, Nightmare was a pain in the butt. Yeah, I would have been fine if it didn't take me so long to kill the frickin' gold guy. Yeah, those aren't even healing me. Okay, that one did. It's not gonna help if I keep getting hit by this guy. Yeah, the only other thing I passed by. Yeah, the only other thing I passed by is those brown dudes that fly around. Which I don't even know if you can kill those things, can you? Oh my gosh, yep. I can't go any further back. That door locks and it only opens. Oh, it only opens when I kill the golden guy. I killed all the enemies and it's like, nope, not opening. You gotta do it the right way. Seriously, door, just let me through! That was actually the worst boss door in the game so far. Come on, evil, stupid ex-parasite Ridley. Man, between you guys keeping the freaking Metroids locked up here and Ridley, you just don't like me, do you? Yeah, no, the boss sword, I'm pretty sure it doesn't respawn. It's weird because you could kill those things in older Metroid games. I don't know what they're called. I know all the enemies have names, I just don't know what these are called. The guys floating left and right, these dudes. Hey, in older Metroid games, you could kill them. And now all they exist to do is just block up the door and make it really hard to get through. Jack off. How many colors are you gonna change? Oh my gosh. The only other guess I would have is maybe there's a hidden energy tank. like there was before, I think, the Nightmare boss fight. Doesn't look like it though. I did? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, it was in the wall. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I did already get the one on the way here. Now I remember. I really wish I hadn't saved when I did. Fucking come on. Also, no reserve tanks in this game. I don't know why they got rid of the reserve tanks. That's missiles. I don't want missiles. Also, they keep dropping missiles. The reserve tanks are great. I could use one right now and get like 4 bars back and I'd be fine. And then I don't have to farm anymore. Oh, that one didn't even go. That didn't even stop. It just left. If the doors were a full heal like I thought they would, it wouldn't be an issue, but the red X-Parasite that comes out of the doors is not. I think it's like 5 tanks and like a certain amount of missiles, but yeah, you know, not a full heal, which is what I would like. I used to think they were because they always did, but then once I got Oh, they're not harder to fill. The reserve tanks are super easy to fill. You just forget about them. That's what I always do. If you're at full health, then it's a lot easier to fill them. Just don't get hit. No, but seriously, I never had issues. My reserve tanks were always full, which was great. And I was like, what? And the only time they weren't full was when I had issues with Ridley. I think actually before I got into the Ridley fight was the only time they weren't full. Because when Ridley killed me, I think it only recharged like maybe a tank and a half or less. Well, yeah, of course they don't recharge the stations. That's fine. But the rest of your life does. And when you're at full health, any health pickups you pick up after that go into the reserve tanks. And also, Super Metroid had a ton of those enemy pipes. All those bugs coming out of them all the time. Super easy. Just stand there for like a few minutes. It doesn't even take that long to fill them up. And I've never actually felt the need to do that. I've always had them full just by playing, which was nice. It's interesting that are there no, I mean, I don't need power bombs, but are there no power bomb pickups? Are you doing Spider Boss? No, I beat the Spider Boss, and I'm doing Ridley. I'm doing Ridley, and he's terrible, and I hate him. They made me fight a gold pirate thing, and it took out like all my tanks except for one. So going into the fight with Ridley with like 6 tanks is not ideal. Because I couldn't figure out how to kill the gold pirate. There was no reason to put that there. Ridley was super hard, for me at least, in Super Metroid. The first time. And I think most of that issue was because the lead up to fighting Ridley in Super Metroid was just unfair. The Lower Norfair. Really not a fun place to be. Okay, that's a few more tanks. Let's give this a shot. Oh no, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. Because he didn't kill me. He just took me down to like 1 bar. And then I could use the reserve tanks right now to fill up 4 of my spots, and that'd be nice. Because I would have 4 more tanks. Still not full, but I would only be missing 1 tank right now instead of 5. Damn it. Yeah, it's really look different. Yeah, they showed that. Yeah, I don't know why you keep arguing with this point. The reserve tanks are incredibly useful. I don't know how having reserve HP is unuseful. or is not useful. Have you played Mega Man X? Those things save your life all the time in there. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Having more life is never a bad thing. And besides, it's not like I want the reserve tanks for the Ridley fight. Like, for right now, like when Ridley kills me. I would have liked having them from before. Like, bottom line, they're not in this game. And that sucks. They're not in Fusion either. I mean, in Zero Mission either. It's weird that only Super Metroid had them. I don't get what's so awkward about them. They work the exact same way that they work in Mega Man X. Only difference is that it's actually easier to fill them in Metroid than it is in Mega Man. Filling the tanks in Mega Man is... oof, that takes forever. I would know. I played the X games, 1 to 5, and I disliked them every time because of how long it took to fill them. It was harder because there's no recharge stations in Mega Man X. So if you took damage at the very start of the level, then you wouldn't fill up the E-tanks at all until you got later in the game, or until you got back to full health. And I was never the best at Mega Man X, so I was hardly ever at full health in anything. It was very frustrating. And also, there were no farm spots in Mega Man X, so they were much better in Super Metroid because they were easier to fill up. Yeah, the reserve tanks would be great. They'd be super useful. Especially this game, I think this game would benefit from them the most, considering all the enemies in this game do like 3 times more damage than they did in Zero Mission or Super Metroid. Like, seriously, it's crazy how much everything hurts in this game compared to the other ones. Which I think was probably on purpose. Maybe the fusion suit is obviously not up to snuff with the power suits. But even now, I have the Varia and the gravity upgrades, and the enemies, I guess they just level up with you and they do just as much damage. Also, I don't understand what you mean by it doesn't matter, it would serve the same purpose. It would matter. It's like you guys are missing the point. The point is I would have 4 more tanks right now. That's all I'm saying. I would have 4 more bars of health, which means I wouldn't have to farm, because I could fight Ridley at full health. Because the door heals like 5 tanks. Yeah! Back in Super Metroid, when I first got my reserve tank, the first reserve tank, I was like, this is a thing? I didn't even know it was a thing. And I'm like, this is cool. I consider the E-tanks and the reserve tanks like the best pickups in Super Metroid. Because it means more life. And also, I'm not like amazing at Super Metroid. Like, I beat it much faster my second time through, sure. But having an extra safety blanket of life would be very nice. Like, if you're really good at the game and you hardly get hit and you're totally fine with the energy tanks you have, then sure, you don't need them. Like, what's the deal? Like, you're already really good at the game. You won't need the extra life. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But I'm not great. I'm not, like, amazing, as you can see from Ridley kicking my ass. So I would just like the extra life, that's all. Would it have? Alright, whatever. You guys can believe what you want to believe. You can be wrong. That's cool. No, fine. Okay. Whatever. I like the reserve tanks. I wish they were in this game. That's it. That's all that I think. But they're not. So I have to deal with it doing this. The gold pirate sucked. If he was like the not the gold pirate, the metal pirates from Super Metroid, I wouldn't have been too mad because I know how to fight those. But this gold pirate, it took me too long to figure out how to kill them, and he ruined everything. That's basically it. Really crazy enemy to throw in right here before you fight Ridley. I guess he's only vulnerable from the back, and I know how to fight him now. If I was to fight him now, I'd fare a little better. Because it's just, let me see, wait 1 second. Oh, that's missiles. It's turned into a ball, and he'll do his laser attack. His lower one, he'll drop on his knees to do it. You can just jump over it. And if you get close to him, that's when he flips around. So all I do is I wait until I get close to him, he flips, turns around, gets up, shoot him in the back a few times. I know how to do it now, but I didn't know how to do it then. Did you ever notice that Ridley dies faster if you use Charge Beam at first in Super Metroid? No, because I have an issue where I never use my Charge Beam. It's not like I hate it. I recognize that the Charge Beam is obviously a very strong attack. I just don't... It's like when it comes to... I'm like, well, I can either shoot something with missiles, with super missiles and deal a bunch of damage, or I can wait and charge up a beam and then shoot out to deal a bunch of damage. And to me, at least, the super missile is just more instantaneous in terms of damage. But obviously, in Super Metroid, you didn't have a lot of super missiles. At least not compared to here, because the super missiles and the normal missiles count as the same thing. But no, I didn't know that. All I know is that the second time I fought Ridley, I beat him in one attempt, and it wasn't that hard. In Super Metroid. And that door sucks. The door is really... They just decide when they want to help you out or not. And I don't like it. I'm trying to stay away from his grabby hands. Or is his grabby tail? What is it that grabs me? Is it jumping into his hand? Yeah, it is. I didn't actually mean to do it there to test it. Nah, I didn't want to get grabbed by him. Okay, that time either. It's just it looked like his tail struck me and then threw me into his hand. So I was like, is it him? Okay, it's just being grabbed by his hands or jumping into his hands. Sorry about the lawnmower. They decided to do lawn mowing today. Nothing I can do about it. Oh, he's dead. Oh, fucking fuck. Oh shit, no. Fuck. I forgot about the X parasite. I forgot about the X parasite. Wow, I have horrible aim. Oh, the X parasite is so unnecessary. Oh, I had him. I beat him. Yeah, I already tried that with Nightmare. Nightmare died faster when I used the missiles. And maybe the plasma beam, wave beam combo is stronger? I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Why not? Whatever, let's just give it another shot. That door sucks. Does not want to. I'm having a hard enough time with the boss. Can the door just open? Oh, what? Are you serious? Are you serious? The charge beam is better. Oh shit. I don't know why I'm surprised. I mean, you see, that's a perfect example of me just refusing to use the charge beam. I mean, not refusing, just not using it. For no other reason than I'm an impatient idiot. But you said that he dies faster if you use a charge beam in Super Metroid. You didn't tell me that he dies faster in this game. Screw attack ability regained, somersault into enemies. Cool. I would have had it the way I wanted to do it. The only issue is that, well, the stupid X-Parasite after the fight. It's the same with Nightmare. I was able to beat Nightmare the way I was doing it. But it left me with such little health, and the stupid, they move, it kind of reminds me of the movement that the baby Metroid does in Super Metroid when people try to dodge it. How it just keeps looping back around. That's what the X-Parasites move like, and it's very frustrating. Was it here? No, where was it? There was a screw attack wall somewhere. Oh, I see it, I see it. I see it. Yeah, you told me. Oh shoot. I went to adjust my glasses and I did not see. I didn't see that, man. Oh, it's almost been 3 hours already? Really? I usually stream for 3 hours. For those who don't know. Shocking. Right, well that worked out. One try once I started using the stupid charge beam. Yeah, it's because I guess the missiles only hit once, but the charge beam, I think it hit him more than one time per as it went through him. So I guess when you look at it that way, it's not too surprising. Whatever. Thanks for that. I would have been stuck there much longer. I mean, I would have gotten it eventually, but do we really want to spend like an hour on Ridley? Or on fake, not real Ridley? I don't know if I answered your question, but yes, Ridley was infected by the X. He wasn't infected by the X-Parasite. His dead body was kept in the Sub-Zero chamber, you know? And it was an X-Parasite copied him. So it was able to replicate him. That's what it was. Oh wait, I could just do the screw attack. I don't need to do this nonsense. I guess we could go to the left now? Trying to figure out how to get out of here. Oh right, this is the SR-388 area, right? The first Sector 1, right. Now I remember. Space jump is still wonky, but I'm much better at it now. Oh, can I survive in here now? I forgot all about this room. Give me a second. Oh, right. I think last time I was talking about wanting to play Metroid Prime next. What's this? And if I want to play Metroid Prime, I need a new sensor bar, so that's what that's something I already looked into. And I was like, do I need to buy a new Wiimote and nunchuck? Because I looked it up because I was curious, and yeah, you can only play this trilogy with a Wiimote. So I was like, alright. But I was able to find our old ones. We have 3 Wiimotes here and 1 nunchuck for some reason. I'm pretty sure we had more than 1 nunchuck. I don't know why that's... Oh, I don't know why that's the only one that I could find, but that's the only one I could find. So I was like, alright, alright. What's in here? Ooh. Oh, cool. Alright, just checking. You know how Metroid loves secrets within secrets within secrets. Gosh, friggin' just stop mowing the lawn. Stop it. Assholes. Alright. What is it? Okay. Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. We should be preparing to evacuate the station. Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are? How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and SAX. They believe this life form has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous. The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It is not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. This is madness. They won't stand a chance here. The station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? That's a good question. Capturing the SAX, of course. Gosh, this AI, you're a fucking idiot. Are they serious? Do they really think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help. They knew you would try to destroy the SAX. That's why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the SAX. Yet somehow you restored that function on your own. They also tried to withhold the diffusion missile upgrade, because they didn't want you to grow too powerful. But they had already sent it and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. Wow. So yeah, I'm much more on board with the camp that the Federation is intentionally trying to kill you in Dread, if this is how they're acting now. They must cancel this mission. Open the channel to HQ. I won't let this happen. They're already on their way. Fools. So then let's just do the thing that as soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and then they'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end. The X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly, but they cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. This station has a self... That's what I was about to say. Just blow it up like you always do. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Them, the station, and myself if I have to. Open the hatch. I've been ordered to confine you until the ships arrive. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Adam. Who is Adam? A friend of mine. And what would this friend advise you to do now? He would know that the only way to end this is to start a self-destruct cycle. He'd know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he sit in a safe command room and order you to die? He would understand that some must live and some must die. He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once. So he chose life for you. A fair warrior, Samus Aran. Our fair warrior. Your Adam gave his life so that you might keep yours. For the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you? How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating the station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X parasites. Even though the station would be utterly destroyed, you would only succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore this simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly. If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization, vapor field of the self-destruct detonation. You would have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's orbit path to intercept SR-388. Then return to your ship and escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady? Oh boy. So Adam's dead? I assumed he was. I'm not familiar with the character of Adam. Because between Metroids 1, 2, 3, and 4, he was never mentioned. I would know. I've played Metroids 1, 3, and 4. Scratch that. I wouldn't know. Maybe he's mentioned only in 2. I know that Adam is a character in Other M. And from what I understand, I know people didn't like Other M. I don't really have an opinion because I didn't play it. But what I do know is that it's debatable how canon it is these days because some things that happen in it contradict other things and other things contradict Other M. So it's like just not counting it as canon is easier than trying to fit it in. So I'm like, okay, I understand that point of view. What's that red hatch down there for? Let's try just an easier way to get around. I still haven't fought the SAX though, and I know that's what's gonna happen. Oh, there's a door up here too that I can get through now. Well, I was able to get through it a while ago, I just never came back here. Actually, is the top destroyed still? Right, you. Really? What is the your weak? Oh, screw attack. I was like, what is it that I haven't used on this thing yet? What am I missing? Ah, I see. Alright, I figured it out. Decently sized brain. Not a big brain, but close enough. Gosh, I still can't believe they really hid 20 E-tanks in this game. That's a lot. I think I only found 13. There are no enemies. Yeah, I must be heading for something big. Is there any areas I haven't been to yet? I imagine there probably are, and I just don't remember. This is it. I recognize this. This is it. I knew it. Oh, jeez. You unfreeze way too fast. Yeah, this is it. I remember this. Wow, it's such a small thing, but I remember it vividly. Oh man, they're really gonna make me climb up all this way again? I mean, there's a save room over there, but I think that's even farther away. Yeah, I remember. Like I said, I think in the first stream, maybe the second one, I played Metroid Fusion for like 10 minutes, and this was the part that I played. I remember that area. I remember stepping into it, and I remember being attacked by like the Samus clone and getting wiped out immediately. And my friend saying, "Hey, you can't do that yet." But if he got to this point, then why couldn't he do it yet? Oh, I can screw attack her just like she can screw attack me. Oh, okay. Alright. Hang on a second. What is that? The ice beam. Fuck, it ran off. Oh, that was intense. That was intense. Oh, they're not gonna let me save. Oh boy, that was intense. That was really cool though. That's what I would give to be able to dupe my save right now. It's really not fair that I can't do that. I would actually like to do that fight again. That was cool. It's like Dark Link and Ocarina of Time.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination, planet SR-388. Propulsion sequence activated. Destination, planet SR-388.
I'm concerned because the thing got away. It's not actually dead, is it? I don't think I want to save because I think I'm at the point of no return, and I would actually like to hop back in and play more, run around, explore more. So we're not gonna save. Oh, we can't anyway. Okay, cool. Give me a second. Just gonna do a restore point just in case. Although honestly, if I have to fight SAX again, it wouldn't actually be much of a punishment. That was fun. So they really put the Ridley fight at the end. I assume this is the end, but who knows? Yeah, I never went through there. That's fine. I don't think it's anything important. Oh, what happened here? Oh, crap.
2 minutes to destination.
I can't hear what the voice is saying. Can you go away, lawnmower man? Please? Did the animal... Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. What is that thing? Is it a Metroid? Why are you trying to kill it? We're running out of time. Oh, it was waiting for me. Hurts. Shit. Trying not to run into it. Fuck, I'm gonna die again. Yep. That's what I thought. What do you think? Yeah, I was trying to hit its belly. I think you missed the part where I couldn't hit its belly. Oh, no, don't reset the game. Yeah, yeah, that restore point was a good idea. I had a feeling there'd be another fight. How dare you not hit its belly, even though you were aiming at the belly? Yeah, that's why I was stepping closer to it. That's why I was trying to get closer to it. But I kept getting too close and touching the foot. Yeah. I imagine it's supposed to be kind of like the Mother Brain finale in Super Metroid, where it's like, you're supposed to win. You're not supposed to lose. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could have done the SAX fight again. Have you tried not touching the foot? Oh, that's a great idea. Thanks for that advice. I definitely didn't try to do that. Oops, shit. Is this like the Mother Brain fight? Because if it is, I think I'm pretty impressive in the fact that I died during it. I was honestly expecting to have to fight SAX again, not whatever this thing is. But since she doesn't like it, I'm assuming it's a Metroid. Of some sort. Oh, I forgot again! No joke, I forgot again that I was supposed to... Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I was definitely getting too close. Ow, jeez. There we go. That time I did it right. Awesome. I was getting way too close to it. Yeah. Yes, I used a save state. I just, like, I mean... I could have beaten SAX again. I did it last time. Oh boy. So what was that thing? That perfect military mind, the wisdom of Adam Malkovich, continued to serve even after death. Until today, I had no idea that the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers. My incredible reunion with Adam may have saved the universe. But how will the beings of the universe view our resolve? I doubt they will understand what we did. The danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. Do not worry. One of them will understand. One of them must. I have reflected upon his words, and I see the wisdom in them. We are all bound by our experiences. They are the limits of our consciousness. But in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. Just one detail still bothers me. This ship can only be started manually, yet before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hands. Is it possible? Adam? I mean, he's an AI. He could probably interface with it. Who knows? Lady, what's troubling you? You wonder how I started the ship? Just think about it. They lent me a hand. Oh, I see. I mean, they have hands of some sort. Thanks, little animal creatures. Hey, we did it! Metroid Fusion done. Yeah, I was gonna stop playing after beating Ridley, but once he directed me to go redirect the ship, I was like, I think this is it. So we'll just push on a little further. Gosh, I don't know what is it with people. Is it that embarrassing? It's my first time playing the game, you know. Like, what? I'm just supposed to understand how to fight every single boss immediately and then win flawlessly without dying? I wish that I had that ability. I wish that I didn't spend like 20 attempts trying to kill Ridley. That would have been great. Or Nightmare even. I spent like half as much time on Nightmare as I did Ridley. If I could have beaten those guys in like 1 or 2 attempts, that'd have been great. Oh, there we go though. We did it. Yeah, so Super Metroid was the one that took me the longest. I did 4 streams for Super Metroid, 3 for Zero Mission, and 3 for Fusion. Name one boss that doesn't have an obvious spot. Alright, so... Gosh, what is the deal today? I feel like all my chat does now is just chastise me for not being perfect. Executive producer Iwata Satoru. All rights, including copyrights and blah 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 blah. How long did that take? What was the clear time? And what was the clear percent? If it's higher than Zero Mission, I'll consider it a win. But I don't think it is. Clear time 4:32. Yeah, that's pretty quick. Your rate for collecting items is... Jeez. Yeah. 59%. So that clear time is well, obviously it's faster than Super Metroid because that was 7 hours. I actually don't know how well I did with Zero Mission though. So 4:32 and a 59%. Zero Mission, I know, was a 64% for collecting items, and Super Metroid was 63. I was hoping this would be a 65, but no, I actually did worse collecting items in this game. That's surprising to me, honestly. I felt like I was always picking shit up. There were missiles everywhere in this game, just up the wazoo to grab. Clear time 4:32. That's interesting. I was definitely expecting it to be higher than 59%. I mean, it was 59, right? I forgot already. Nah, I've had enough of people chastising my gameplay. I've already finished all the Metroids anyway. I finished Super Metroid, I finished Zero Mission, and now I finished Fusion. So I'm good. The next one I'm gonna play is actually Samus Returns. Just kidding, I would like to watch another one though. Oh yeah? I can't stream the 3DS, unfortunately. If I could, I would definitely consider playing Samus Returns. But, I can't. Like, I don't... You know, this Elgato, I think, that I got is only for consoles, HD consoles. It doesn't have, like, a adapter for, like, handhelds. So I definitely can't stream, what's it called? Samus Returns. Samus Returns on the 3DS. But I still do want to play Samus Returns. I think I mentioned before that I'm getting a new 3DS, like a new one, not a new 3DS. Like just a different one, because mine's really old. So once that gets here, I'll play Samus Returns. After that, it's what is it? Well, after that, I'll be done with like the 2D Metroids, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dread will be coming out in October. I do want to play Prime. I don't think I can stream Prime. Yeah, no, I mean, if there's one thing I remember from playing a few motion control games on the Wii, it was actually better to stand up while playing them. The motion sensor was the sensor bar read a lot better if you were standing. Specifically for pointing games. And I don't have a way to record standing, you know? At least not comfortably. So, I don't know. Like, I kind of don't want to stream Metroid Prime, honestly. But, yeah. I had Metroid Other M. Yeah, where is that one available on the Wii U? I actually don't know. Okay, I'm looking at my finale from Fusion and from Zero Mission to see what the clear time was. It all pops up after the credits, apparently. Where is it? Here we go. Oh yeah. It was also about 4.5 hours. So yeah, I cleared Zero Mission and Fusion in about the same amount of time. But I did better at finding items in Zero Mission than I did in Fusion. Which I guess I'm not surprised by. Wii game, okay, that's what I thought. I just don't know if it's on the Wii U eShop. Yeah, so there it is. 426, main deck, game clear. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was fun. It was interesting. I definitely was not expecting the whole game to take place on a spaceship. On a station. I honestly thought it was going to be another planet. So that was kind of a twist. Like, just conceptually, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I mean, gosh, I'm really torn on whether I do want to stream Metroid Prime or not. Maybe not. Maybe no. Maybe yes. I mean, I don't have to stream the whole thing. I could probably try like one stream and do like the beginning of the game just to see how I feel. And if I felt good, then I could continue. And if not, then I could just play the rest of the game on my own. We'll see. I haven't really decided what I want to stream now. Because this was fun specifically because these three games, I've never played them before. Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission. And it was a good reason to kind of get together for, like, get ready for Dread kind of thing. Which I still don't know if I'll be able to pick up Dread on launch. I'll have to check to see what games are coming out around that time again and see. I definitely would want to, because I'm interested in seeing how the story concludes, depending on what the guy said. I think it's probably good. I could do another, like, classic stream. Like find what is it? Another old game that I've always wanted to, that like has always been on the list of stuff that most people like enjoy, like a classic. And the one that comes to mind immediately is on the Switch again, on the Super Nintendo Online. It's a Link to the Past. Yeah, that's available on the Super Nintendo Online, and I've never played Link to the Past. Or I've played it as much as I've played other, I guess, I played it more than Fusion, but I still didn't accomplish a lot. I think I played the beginning, and I feel like I did a little bit somewhere in the middle, but I don't know where. So I think that'd be actually, that could be fun. That's a game I've never played. It's a classic. People love it. So I'm like, yeah, I could check that one out. That could be something else I could do. After that, though, I have no idea what else I would want to stream. I'm looking at my list of like... Oh, actually, I wanted to... See Code Vein over there. I gotta find someone to play that with online, though. But yeah, so for now, that's the end of my Metroid adventure. I will say, out of all three of them, I'm trying to decide which one I like the most. I like them all. I played Super Metroid twice, Zero Mission once, and I just finished Fusion. I think it's between Super Metroid and Zero Mission, maybe? I definitely enjoyed Super Metroid a lot, and I played it twice. So I guess it's kind of unfair. If anything, I definitely appreciate that Fusion and Zero Mission are a lot more streamlined in terms of knowing where to go, whereas Super Metroid was very much just explore and learn it on your own as you go. So even on my Super Metroid replay, there were still some points where I forgot where I was supposed to go. I forgot the order of operations, basically. Whereas these games, you have Adam, the AI, telling you where to go, and in the last one, you had the Choza statues kind of guiding you in the direction that you wanted to go. So yeah, probably Super Metroid my favorite for now. Maybe if I play them all again, it'll change. Anyway, 3.5 hours. I'm good. I'm gonna go do something else. I don't know what. But this was fun. Yeah. And despite it all being my first attempt and being really tough, it wasn't really until the latter chunk of Fusion that I started having problems. Like for all the early game stuff, I was able to blaze through all the bosses and everything, no problem. It was Nightmare and Ridley at the end that gave me issues, which I guess is a good thing, that the last bosses of the game were the hardest ones. The SAX fight was fun, and then the last stupid freaking Omega Metroid, I should have beaten it in one try, but you know, that's fine, no big deal. Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep rambling and keep you guys here. You probably have something else you want to do today. So it is Wednesday. So yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody so much for watching. All my streams, all my Metroid streams. If I plan to stream again, I'll announce it on Twitter, on my Discord, if I make a decision on what I want to stream next. But I'm definitely leaning towards Link to the Past. So yeah, hopefully you'll catch me again on another stream, and I'll see some familiar faces or new people. So that's it, wrapping it up. Until next time, everyone. Hasta.